Good morning and good afternoon. Let me know if you can hear me. There went the notification. Those things work, right? Okay. Good afternoon. Good morning. Hi there. It took me a few minutes to get connected. It's super cold outside. Let's see. What is it? It is 18 degrees. It actually went up a little. Good morning. Good afternoon. Okay, so this is Angie at Chicken Scratch, and today is February 2nd. Yes. I can put my keyboard away now. We'll give everybody a few seconds to get in here. Yeah, we got snow last night. I think we might have about 3 inches. So I think that winter storm, we were expecting like a foot. We got like 3 inches. So I'm happy. Yay. I don't like that stuff anyway. Okay, so we're actually going to be here for a little while today. So if you're in a hurry, the recording should be available afterwards. We're going to make 2 projects. We're going to work on the new Stampin' Blends charts. Kind of explain how I did it. That doesn't mean it's right, but it's how I'm doing it. So like I said, we're making 2 projects. This is what we're making. So we're going to make this box. This is the same box that we made on Monday, but because that video was so wonky when I lost my internet, we're going to make another version, and hopefully everything is going to be great today. So we're using lots of stamp sets. I think we're using 4 today. Yes, we are. So a super simple card, and then this box. Okay. Housekeeping notes. February 1st through 15th is my host code. Let's see. I got my little folder here of everything I'm going to cover today. So that's it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Don't forget, if you want to join my team, I would love to have you. And then the clear adhesive totes are over on my website. Those of you that have ordered, I will be shipping them out tomorrow. Yes, I pre-did these in advance. Yeah, I made them in advance. Okay, so we're going to start with the box again, and we're going to start out by doing our stamping. Oh, let me move this out of the way. Y'all don't need to see that. Does anybody have any questions before we get started? Chris said she got her Otter class packet, and it was the nicest card supply she'd ever gotten. Oh, thank you. That makes me so happy. I know that it takes me a little bit longer than maybe some others, but I really try to make the presentation look really awesome. My friend Sandra can tell you, sometimes I get really caught up on presentation. Actually, I say that presentation is everything. And I heard someone on TV the other day say that. And I was like, hey, you stole that from me. Oh, one more housekeeping note. Don't forget to head over to my blog and enter to win Chick Candy 130. So it's this gnome basket, the On the Horizon stamp set, and the Horizon dies. And I will be drawing the winner on, let's see, the 7th. Yes, because this goes through. So if you place an order, you get 2 entries for every $50. And also if you leave a comment, you get an entry. So, yep. Now, I can get that off of my station over here. So now it's all clean. So we're going to start with my stamps. Let me show you the stamps we're using. This is kind of how my brain is too. It's like all over the place. Friends of the Forest. So we're using this image, and this image. And then we're using Special Moments. And we're using I Think You're Wonderful. This is a celebration item. Count on Me. This is in the annual catalog. And then Banner Year. This is in our annual catalog too. And this Guess Who Loves You and X and O, X and O, X and O. This is a really great greeting set. I'm happy that's still in our annual catalog. Okay, stamping. Start with the deer. I'm using Memento ink. Oh, thanks, Jill. Okay, so stamp that. And then we'll stamp the deer. Now, normally I like to use our stamping mat when I'm using photopolymer. But for some reason, this stamp set works really well without it. So if you have a stamp set that is giving you trouble in the photopolymer, just use your stamping mat. Okay, so I'm going to use this trimmer that is no longer available, but there's one similar on Amazon, and let me know if you need the link. We don't have dies that cut out greetings right now, or punches. That's a little crooked. Oh well, it's okay. It's handmade. We don't have punches or dies that fit greetings, so that's why I've been using the trimmer a lot. That is seriously crooked. Oh well. Yeah, because we don't have any. Okay, I gotta line this up. You could color it first and then, but I really do like cutting things out first. That way if I mess up my coloring, I can start over. So I'm using, on the deer, I'm using Crumb Cake. I'm starting with the dark, and I'm just going around the edge. So I figured out the natural tones chart yesterday, finally. Thanks for the help of Jo. She sent me a message, an email, and her words made sense. But I did not master the whole blending part. So I'm going to show you how my chart is, and we're going to update it a little bit. But I am not actually using them today because I'm coloring animals. I'm using animals. Y'all know I love animals. So there's a coyote in our neighborhood, and he keeps hanging out in my yard for some reason. I swear it's just to drive Bella crazy. And there's a squirrel out there. So when it snows, you know, all those critters, they're on the move. And she has been, she's been acting a little crazy this morning, running around. You should have seen her. She was running in the snow, and the snow like comes, okay, I went out of the lines. Oh, well. She was running through the snow. She was having to hop because she's short, and the snow was almost taller than her. And she was barking aggressively, like she smelled something, but she couldn't find it. Okay, there's that. Now, I did not give y'all the measurements. So sorry. We haven't really covered any yet. So this is a circle from the Layering Circles dies. Let me tell you the measurement of this one. Let's see. This is like 2 15/16. Okay. I'm going to stamp these little flowers. Down here at the bottom. Yes, we got our snow. It started sleeting and freezing rain and all that gnarly stuff around dinner time last night. And I was afraid we were going to lose power because Yeah, when you get gnarly weather like that, you can lose. Okay, I'm using Granny Apple Green, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, and Pool Party. And I'm going to take the Granny Apple Green first and just kind of brush it along the bottom. And then make the little grass. I'm going to use the bullet end to do the stems. Okay, there's that part. We're going to use dark Flirty Flamingo for the petals on the flower. Someone asked me the other day, could I zoom in when I'm coloring? And when I do pre-recorded videos, I do like to zoom in. When I'm live, I don't really have that ability. Yeah, so I apologize, but I will hold it up to let you see when I'm done coloring. And then crumb cake for the bottom of the little mushroom. Okay, here it is. Now, our little bird. So he's gonna go there like that. And we're gonna pop him up with a dimensional. And I want the bird, well, let's just go ahead and stamp him. I'm gonna color it with Daffodil Delight and Pool Party. Somebody that I'm friends with on Facebook this morning had a video of somebody's bird. Okay, wait a second. Where's my paper snips? Here they are. Somebody's bird learning to color on an iPad. I was like, oh my gosh. The bird's name was Peach. I was amazed. I talked to Brooke right before I went live, and poor little Gizmo fell off his perch in the middle of the night last night and landed on the bottom of the cage. It didn't hurt him, but it woke, of course, it woke him up and it woke Elvis up. They don't do that very often, but occasionally they do. Ruh-roh. Yes, I fussy cut the bird out. Okay, now the deer's going to get popped up, and then we're going to add the bird last so that it's almost on his back. I'm putting another dimensional because he's kind of cattywampus if I don't. Oh, so Sandy said it's mating season for the coyotes. I did not know that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so I'm just going to add that with a mini glue dot. I'm not using liquid glue because I'm afraid I might put it in the wrong spot, and then if I did that, then I'd have glue on my project. So I'm using my take your pick tool to just kind of slide his feet underneath. Okay, this piece here measures 3/4 by 4. I'm going to use the tailored tag punch to flag both ends. Wait, let me move this. We're going to turn this over, put some liquid glue on the back. And we're going to add it to my scallop circle. Deborah says they have a coyote hunt in New York this weekend, and whoever gets the biggest one wins $2,000. Wait, do you mean they're gotta kill it? Oh, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Um, I hope that's not the case. It could be, though. We're going to add this piece here, just like that. So I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue right here. I'm hoping that means they're going to catch them. Okay. I've been watching a series on Netflix. I think it's called In the Dark. I can't really remember. And the lady on it, the girl on it, the main character, boy, is that crooked. Let's see if I can fix it. She's blind and she has a guide dog. Is that what you call them? It's a beautiful dog, but I kind of feel like she's not the nicest. And I feel like she's not feeding it enough, so I had to stop watching it. I really had to stop watching it because I was pretty sure that that dog, I don't know, maybe they think we don't need to see it being fed, but in my mind, that dog needed to be fed. Oh. Okay, where's my Take Your Pick tool? So we call this the focal point of the box. So I've created the focal point. My greeting is crooked, just ignore it. And then we're ready to make the box. And then after we make the box, we'll make the card. Okay, there's that part. So now, let me slide the images out of the way. I'm putting the ones we've already used in the basket. Putting my blends back in their basket. Just making room to make this box. Okay. I'm still filming. Everything's going well. Okay. Box template 69 is over on my website. And I have a joke for y'all. Where is it? I should have did a little, oh, here it is. What do you call a train loaded with bubble gum? A choo-choo train. Oh, I may have told this one before, but I'm not sure. What do you call a dog that can tell time? A watchdog. Okay, back to stamping. On the 8.5 inch side, we're going to score this at 2.5 and 6. And then on the 9 inch side, we're going to score it at 2.5 and 5. I love the jokes. My favorite part of listening to Joel Osteen is the joke in the very beginning. If I miss it, I always get so mad. I listen to him in my car. I have it on, what's it called, Sirius Radio. And anytime I get in there and I've missed the joke, I'm always mad. Okay, so now we're going to come over here and cut up to the score line on both of these. I say mad, you know, not really mad, but it does tell me the episode, so I can always go online and find it if I wanted to. Okay, now, one more thing to cut. We're going to whack off half of this. And I'm actually going to trim this just a smidge, just because you can see that I didn't exactly cut accurately on the score lines. Now you need a ruler and a pencil or an erasable marker. And you're going to make a tick mark at the 1.5 inch mark. So and then we need our trimmer. We're going to place the edge of this score line in the track, and we're going to place the tick mark in the track, and we're going to cut at the angle. Whew, I was a little shy. I don't know if I should redo it or not. Let's see. We can try. It'll be okay. Same thing down here. Line it up with the score line. The score line down here and the tick mark here, and cut. Pretty good. And then erase your tick marks. So we're going to add adhesive to these two tabs. Am I out? And I'm going to use liquid glue for these parts because I need some wiggle room. My husband hunts on an occasion, but mainly for pheasant because we cook. We will actually eat the pheasant. Yeah, he hunts, but usually only for birds. He's a fisherman mainly. Okay, now we'll just hold this for a second and let it dry. Wait, is it freezing up? Okay, I still see it playing. Okay, now we're going to add the paper. So somebody gave me a thumbs up. That means they're fine. So, yeah, I don't know why it's freezing on your end. Maybe your internet. Maybe your internet today is doing what mine did the other day. Okay, so there's that part. And now we're just going to add our focal point right there. Isn't it so cute? Oh my gosh, I just love it. Uh-oh. Be careful how much adhesive you put on there because I went over a little bit. That's okay. It'll be fine. I can use my... So what I'm going to do, if you've ever done that, I was a little too aggressive with my liquid glue. Let it dry and then just use your removable, your adhesive remover to remove it. So let's see, can I find it in my little basket here? Here it is. So you can get this on Amazon too. Stampin' Up! Used to sell them, but I'm not using it now because you can see the liquid glue is still really wet. So once it dries, I'll take this and just give it a little rub and it comes right off. Okay, what do you think? Cute, right? I love this box too, and that's why I remade it today because it's a really nice size box. It holds 2 of those baby bunts, or it holds the mini glue dots and liquid glue. Who wouldn't love to receive this cute little gift? Now, I did not add any, and ruh-roh, I got glue on my finger. I didn't add any embellishments. You could add some rhinestones or whatever, but I just kind of felt like it doesn't have to have any. Okay, now we're gonna make the card. So we'll slide this over. I think the one I made on camera looks better than the one I made earlier. That never happens. Okay, so the box is Pool Party, and the paper is the Sunshine and Rainbows. I say my because I love it so much. It's Angie paper. So it's the Sunshine and Rainbows paper, and I did actually go ahead and pull the chart to show y'all. This paper is only available until the end of this month. It's free with a $50 order, and it is just the most, it's Angie. It's all of Angie's favorite colors. It's so beautiful. I wish it was in our annual catalog. Yeah, so it's the colors that I really love. And what I did this morning, believe it or not, is I actually did all my coloring, and then I pulled out my chart and I decided which pack of paper I was going to use. So if you'll notice the card that we're about to make, I started out with the Pattern Party Designer Series paper that's in the annual catalog. This is the host paper. But we're going to be using the Sunshine and Rainbows paper. That was just my, what do we call it? Our warm-up version. Okay, so these supplies are Pool Party 8.5 by 4.25. I love 4.25 cards. The paper's 4 by 4, basic white, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Then we've got a circle, circle, and some scraps to stamp on. Yeah, the greeting, because we're using layering circles, and then we're using, oh, what's the name of those dies? Tasteful Labels, okay? Now, let me get the Simply Scored scoring tool out. As much as I like looking at that, I need more room. So I'm going to score this at 4.25. Now don't forget that after I make this card, we're going to look at the blends chart, the natural tones blends chart. Okay, so this is going to go on top. Did I cut this the right measurement? Oh yeah. I'm stockpiling this paper. I'm going to be offering some card classes using this paper, and even though it's going to be retired, I am stockpiling it for future card classes. Okay, there's that. Now, let's see if we can stamp him. Like I said, this is in the Count on Me stamp set in the annual catalog. That's good, right? Wait, let's leave this open for a second. Let's go ahead and stamp the greeting. We're going to be cutting this one out in just a minute. And then so we're going to be using Real Red and Smoky Slate. This is the dark Real Red. The free inspiration sheet that will be posted on my blog will have all the measurements for both projects, as well as the box template. Although the box template's already over there since I've already made this box this week. I'm concentrating. And now the light. Yeah, I'm afraid to look up. I don't want to mess up. I got ink on my sample earlier today, and I had to put a rhinestone where I got the ink on it. I could have used my sand eraser. Okay, that's done. So this is that. And now we just need to cut our greeting out. So I'm going to use this die. And let me get my machine. Whoops. I filmed a video of the snow this morning for my sister, and I actually hit the window when I was filming it. I didn't refilm it. I was like, okay, sorry about that. My Emma Klutz. Betty asked if I have set a date for my next bingo. I have not. I really wanted so badly to do that before my trip, but I just cannot. I cannot do it. I cannot. I don't leave my house very often. I don't go out of town very often, and I am kind of in panic mode. So I have to decide. Well, the other problem too is what stamp set is going to be on back order. It's not as easy as just picking a date. You also have to pick the stamp set. And there's some product that is now on back order. For example, the rainbow bundle is on back order. And so, yeah, so I'm a little stressed now because for that very reason. Yeah, so sorry, I've not set the date yet. Okay, where did I put the greeting that I just cut out? Oh, there it is. Oh, it scared me. Okay, so like that. And then this is going to go down here. Yeah, that looks good. So we'll add this one first. And that one there. I kind of want to pop this one up. I'm not sure that I'll like it, but let's try it. I kind of feel like it needs a little dimension to it, but the good thing about these dimensionals is that if you don't like it, they peel off pretty easy. And then we're going to pop this one up as well. Oh, I actually like it popped up, don't you? Uh-oh, but hold on. I gotta put the dimensional in the right spot. And now all we have left are the rhinestones. I was thinking, I'm using the Cactus Cuties for my next card class, and then I have the Ladybug class I was going to do. And I'm a little terrified that they're going to go on back order, which will then kind of affect the sales of it. Yeah. Now we're going to add this to the inside. Whoops, wrong one. Whoa, that was almost an accident. I like it popped up a whole lot better, don't y'all? What do you think? Okay, so here's the box we just made. I don't know which paper I like better. I like both papers, but I definitely like the bear popped up. The dimensionals on the back of the bear. Okay, so I'm gonna hold these up and let y'all see them up close, which is what someone recommended. So here's the two cards up close. Okay, and then here is the box. Box template 69. So the inspiration sheet will be over on my blog probably tomorrow. We'll see how much I get done today. I've got shipping to do today, so we will see. Okay, so what stamp sets? This one is, the deer is from Friends of the Forest. So the deer and the bird is from Friends of the Forest. This is in the mini catalog. The bear is in Count on Me in the annual catalog. This set is just so darling. And I found out that's a kiwi. I didn't know what bird that was. I guess that's in Australia. The greeting for the bear is Banner Year. This is in the annual catalog. And the greeting for this one is in Special Moments. This is in the Celebration catalog. So you guys don't have to have all of these different stamp sets for the greetings. Did I get ink on that? I sure did. Lane swerve there. Use whatever you have. So I'll show you a couple images that I was using earlier, just playing around. So when I first made this card this morning, I had Just a Little High from Me. And I didn't really like the script with the bear. Then I used Glad You're My Friend, but it was a little too big, or I don't know. I wanted it to be I wanted this card to be Valentine-y because of the heart, but it doesn't have to be. You can use it for any occasion. So Glad You're My Friend is actually in that forest set. So yeah. Becky, can I call you today? I saw that you called. Okay, so I'm going to slide everything over, and now we're going to talk about the blends, the natural tone blends. I know that somebody wanted really badly to say, why did you go live if you didn't know how to do the chart? Well, I don't have to be perfect all the time, right? I'm just like all y'all. Yeah, and sometimes it takes me a while to figure things out, and I'm okay with y'all knowing that. Like, seriously. Okay, I'm cleaning off everything so that I don't mess up my charts, because now that I've, you have no idea how many times it took me. Oh, Becky, you said the phone didn't answer? That's really strange. I'll call you today. You just let me know what time is good, okay? Okay, so a couple different things about the blends. Is there anything else in here I need to talk about? Nope. So one of the things that the blends do not say is, unless I'm blind, let me look at them again real quick. Okay, it does not. So I'm not making this up. The Natural Tones Stampin' Blends Collection. Say that 3 times really fast. They don't have a color. They just have a number. But if you go to the Stampin' Up! Website, it tells you that, yeah, so I went to my Stampin' Up! Store to find this. Because it don't say it in the catalog either, unless I'm blind. So markers 100 and 200 are called deep. So if you'll notice, what did I grab? I grabbed 900. So if you come down here to 900, these are called light. So 900 and 1,000 are light. So I took my P-Touch and I labeled these light SU-1000, light SU-900. So that's that set. And then the 700 and 800 is the medium light. Let's see, 700 and 800. These are medium light. So again, I used my P-Touch and I labeled those. And so on. So there's deep, medium, medium light, and light, which is just saying all that really confuses my brain. But anywho, I labeled them. So now they are labeled, and there's the pairings. So medium, deep, medium light, and light. Okay? So now that I've explained that, I will post this on my website so that you will have that for reference. Now for the charts. And no flames, please, because I've told y'all 1,000 times, I am not a blender. Like I'm not an artist. I can't even draw a stick man. Oh, I wish I could. Both of my children can. My daughter teaches art. My husband can draw. My mother can draw. My baby sister can draw. I can't even draw a stick man. That's why I love stamps so much. So when it comes to blending, I am not an artist. I do my best. I just color within the lines, and I'm super happy with that. So I don't claim to be some fancy blender. So when I first made the chart, I used my handwriting and I wrote, and I went across with the 100, and then I came in with the other colors, and so I just drew lines. No blending, just lines, okay? That took me a while to figure out how to do. So then I decided to actually add, so I typed in the numbers in the chart. So those were available. And then I did the lines again. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fabulous. It's all organized. It's done. But then I need to be able to explain it to y'all. And it's not technically blending. So what I did was I started another new one, which is this one here. And I'm going to show you, I'm just going to do the blending like I've been asked. And then I'm going to show you how I keep track, because my brain gets confused. I mean, like I'm looking at this block and I'm like, I don't even know where to start. Like there's numbers up here, there's numbers over here. And I don't know why my brain can't, I don't know why it gets so confused. I'm going to say it's because it's numbers, because numbers always really frazzle me. They frazzle my daughter too. So I made a cheat sheet. And this is how my brain can figure it out, okay? So this first, and this may be wrong, but it's going to work for me. So again, if this is not what you've seen from someone else, I don't know. This is how I'm doing it. So this first column here, the 100 is going to be on the top, because that's up here. That's up top. And then on the rest of these, the number over here, that color is going to go below the 100. Does that make sense? So I did that in advance. On the next column, the 200 is going to go on the top, and then we're going to add these colors underneath. So I'm going to do that now to show you. So here's the 200. So I'm just going to go down the line, and I'm just going to do a little, my way of coloring. Okay, so that's all the twos. So now I already did the 1,000. So now we need to do the 900. Okay. And then 800. I'm not going to do this whole chart with y'all today, but I'm going to do the twos just so we can look at it together and discuss. So when I get this whole chart done, I'm going to load it onto my blog, but I'm going to load this one and this one because not this one, this one. I like this one better. I don't really need to see the whole blending thing. I just want to know what the colors are, how they look next to each other. Okay. Now the next one is 600 and that is this one. And then 500. And I also feel like it's going to look a little bit different if you use the fine tip or the bullet point instead of the brush. 300. We don't have to do 200 because 200 is already there. And then 100. Okay. Now, that's how it looks. What do you think? Dawn, I probably will not be doing bingo in February because I'm going on vacation. I wanted to make it fit, but I don't see how. Yeah, if I do one, it won't be like a 2-week notice. It'll be like a quick turnaround. Okay, so I'm just going to look and see if there's any questions. And I'm going to go on the next row now. So the next one is 300. Wait, wrong end. So I'm going to do 300 on the top. Wait, I'm doing my lines again because I like those lines. So the color on top is this. So as I go across, the 300 is going to be on the top. Underneath it is going to be the numbers over here. So I'm done with 300. And then now I'm going to take the 100. Okay. I'm going to skip around because I'm just going to pick up the markers and find their spot. That's the 400. This is the 600. 500. 700. 800. 900. 200. I swear that color reminds me of chocolate chip. And then 1000. Because we're on the 300, I didn't recolor the 300 because that's the color that is. Wait, someone, wait. This is just my scrap chart. That doesn't matter. This is just the one that reminds me what to do. Oh, did I do the wrong color? I actually did, didn't I? Grr. Thank you for catching that. How did I do that? Because 1,100. Oops. This one's so dark that you'll never even know I did wrong, right? Yeah. Thanks, Pam, for telling me that. So now, does this chart make sense now? So, but won't it be the same going? This works for me. Like yeah, I don't know how to answer the questions. Does this make sense or it doesn't make sense to y'all? No, I'm glad you told me I had colored the wrong one, because that way, if I had scanned this thing and had messed up, I'd have to redo it all over again. I do not want to redo it. So this is the 400. So again, I'm going down because 400 is at the top. And then the colors, the colors over here on this side are going to be on the bottom. I don't know if that's the right way. But my brain, it makes sense. Does it not make sense to y'all? Okay. Karen says it makes sense. Patricia says it makes sense. Oh, thank the Lord. In my mind, it made sense, but it didn't make sense until Joe sent me an email and told me. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so I think I've done enough. I can do the rest of it off camera. Does anybody have any questions about the charts or the cards we made? Or card, we only made one card, right? So Patty says, I thought you were supposed to put the colors on top of each other to see what color they made. You know, it very well could be, but I could have done it wrong, but I'm calling it my way. It makes sense to me. So if I did it wrong, I think there's more than one way to cook spaghetti. You know what I mean? I'm not sure there is a wrong or a right way. Yeah, this way makes sense to me. Because it's symmetrical. You know what I mean? Like the top will be 500 down this aisle. The 600 will be at the top. And then these over here will be the bottom color. That just makes sense to me. It's symmetrical. Cindy wants to know, how do I clean my stamps? I will show you. We have the Simply Chamois in our catalog, and it comes in. Let me grab this one's dried up. I need to wash it. It dries up. You have to clean them out every week. So it comes like that, but I cut mine into 4 pieces. And every week I take these and wash them. I keep them in a container that is not airtight, because if it's airtight and it can't breathe, it gets really gnarly. So then I just take our Simply Chamois, and this has been cleaned with Dawn dish soap and water. And then now it's clean. So yeah, so this is what I use. Now, if I'm in a pinch, I will use a baby wipe, which I always keep on my station because I'm always getting stuff on myself. But yeah, just the Simply Chamois. It does get gnarly looking, but there's really no way to keep it from looking gnarly. And there's other ones out there, like the car chamois. You could use that. Those are green that you get at Walmart. And they too get gnarly. Okay, so now all my stamps are clean. That was a great question. Okay. Any other questions? I'm actually going to scroll back now because I have not scrolled back yet. So Vicky said that card helps her with a problem she's been struggling with. Okay, good. Yay. Okay, so Denise said the top one is wrong. Do you mean the 200 one that I messed up that I corrected? I think so. I answered the stamp set. Okay, let's see. What did I use for the scallop circle on the box Monday? So I used the layering circles dies, and I think that's the same size, right? Isn't that the same size circle? Yeah, it's the same size circle. It's just this one is a bigger white circle, and this is the smaller white circle. Yeah. Joanne, we're praying for your surgery tomorrow. I was going to ask you where you were. Were you in the path of snow? If there was any chance it was going to get canceled. Okay, now I'm going to go over to Facebook and I'm going to check the questions over here. I'm not good at multiplying. Oh, okay, let's see. Okay, I think I've answered all the questions. If I did not answer you, I'll come back later and answer your question. Becky, I will be home after dinner. David's in Houston, so it's just Bella and I. So you can call me anytime. I'll be here. And I'm not leaving because there's snow on the ground, and this Southern girl does not drive in the snow. Renee asked about my markers. I made these this weekend. And I'm going to be sharing them when I get back from my trip, because what I did was I made the labels and I messed up and I didn't do 2 of each label. So my sheet only has 1 of every label. And if I give that to y'all now, you'll be like, well, this is not finished. So I just need to clean it up and then I'll be sharing it with all y'all and it will be free. Yeah. So you just have to wait until I get back and I'll be sharing it with you. In fact, I'll show you where I messed up. Sometimes my brain just doesn't, it just doesn't work right. Okay, here's the Avery label. And so you can see up here at the top is where I did one side of my labels. But then when I came down here to the bottom, I just started doing my favorites. And then I'm like, then I finally figured out, I'm like, oh, wait, I need 2 of each one. So I have to redo my spreadsheet. It's not right. And I don't have time to do it before I go on my trip. It is something that I can do at the airport or on my trip. So I'm hoping to have it completely finished when I get back so I can share it. And hopefully you're still here and you heard my answer. Oh, there you are. You are still here. Okay, awesome. So my next scheduled live video is supposed to be Monday. It might have to be a pre-recorded video. I'll have to let y'all know on Monday. So on Monday, I'll let you know if it's either going to be live or pre-recorded. I got like 5,000 things to do before we leave. And the snow outside did not help matters. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys so much for being here today. I'll see you later.